in a quiet village, nestled between rolling green hills and a sparkling river, lived a young boy named Leo. More than anything, Leo loved gardening. He had a small patch of land behind his house, where he grew all sorts of wonderful things. Vibrant sunflowers that seemed to touch the sky, juicy red tomatoes that burst with flavor, and fragrant lavender that filled the air with a calming scent. One spring morning, an old traveler passed through the village. He saw Leo tending to his garden with such care and was impressed. The traveler gifted Leo a single, peculiar seed. "This," he said, his eyes twinkling, "is a seed from a very special tree. Plant it, care for it, and it will bring you great joy." Leo was thrilled. He carefully chose the perfect spot in his garden, a place where the morning sun would greet the seed and the gentle evening breeze would whisper to it. He dug a small hole, placed the seed inside, and covered it with rich, dark soil. Every single day, Leo would visit the spot. He watered it just the right amount, pulled out any pesky weeds that dared to sprout nearby, and even spoke to it, telling the seed all about his day in his dreams. Days turned into weeks, and weeks turned into months. The sunflowers grew tall, the tomatoes ripened, and the lavender bloomed. But the spot where he had planted the special seed remained empty. There was no sprout, no stem, not even the tiniest green leaf. Leo's friends started to notice. "Leo, what are you doing?" they'd ask, pointing to the bare patch of earth. "You're wasting your time on a seed that will never grow." Some of them laughed. Leo felt a sting of disappointment. He started to doubt himself. Had the traveler tricked him? Was the seed just a dud? He felt his hope begin to wither, just like a flower without water. He considered giving up, maybe planting something else in that spot, something that would actually grow. But then, he remembered the traveler's kind eyes and his promise of great joy. He decided to be patient, just a little while longer. So he continued to water the soil, to protect it, and to whisper words of encouragement, even though he saw no results. Seasons changed. Summer's warmth gave way to the crisp air of autumn. The leaves on the other trees turned into a brilliant canvas of red, orange, and gold. Leo's other plants had finished their cycle, and his garden was becoming quiet. Still, nothing grew from the special seed. Winter arrived, blanketing the village in a soft layer of snow. The garden was asleep. Leo, bundled in his warm coat, would still go out, brush the snow away from the spot, and just stand there for a moment, a silent guardian of a seemingly empty promise. He felt a bit foolish, but a stubborn little flame of hope refused to be extinguished in his heart. He had come this far. He couldn't give up now. It was no longer just about the tree. It was about his own commitment. Then came the spring. The snow melted, the birds returned, and the world began to wake up. One morning, as Leo went to his garden, he noticed something. It was almost imperceptible, a tiny crack in the soil where he had planted the seed. His heart skipped a beat. He knelt down, his eyes wide with wonder. A minuscule, pale green shoot was pushing its way up toward the sun. It was the most beautiful thing he had ever seen. He let out a whoop of joy that echoed through the quiet morning. It was happening. After all this time, it was finally happening. The little sprout was a testament to his unwavering patience. The sprout grew, but it grew differently from any other plant Leo had ever known. It wasn't in a hurry. It grew slowly, deliberately, as if it were contemplating every inch it gained. Through the spring and into the summer, it became a small sapling. Its leaves were a unique shape, and its bark had a strange, smooth texture. It wasn't as flashy as the sunflowers, or as immediately rewarding as the tomatoes, but it had a quiet strength, a deep-rooted resilience that Leo admired. He realized the tree was teaching him something profound. It was teaching him that not all growth is fast and visible. Some of the most important growth happens slowly, beneath the surface, where no one else can see. Years passed. Leo grew from a boy into a young man, and the tree grew with him. It was no longer a sapling, but a magnificent, sturdy tree. It wasn't the tallest tree in the village, nor did it bear any fruit or flowers, but its branches spread out wide, creating a perfect canopy of shade. Its strangely shaped leaves rustled in the wind, creating a sound like gentle music. The villagers, who had once mocked Leo, now came to sit under the tree's generous branches. They found a unique sense of peace there. The tree became the heart of the village, a place for stories, for rest, and for quiet contemplation. One afternoon, as an older Leo sat leaning against the trunk of his beloved tree, he finally understood the traveler's words. The tree hadn't brought him joy in the way he had initially expected. It didn't give him a quick, flashy reward. Instead, it gave him something far more valuable. It taught him the profound beauty of patience. It showed him that true growth takes time, and that the process itself, the waiting, the hoping, the caring, is where the real magic lies. He learned that the best things in life often don't come easy or fast. They require faith, perseverance, and the ability to trust in a process you can't always see. The tree that took so long to grow became a living symbol of patience and hope for the entire village. It reminded everyone that our own journeys are much like that seed. Sometimes we pour our hearts and souls into something, a dream, a skill, a relationship, and we see no immediate results. We get discouraged, we doubt ourselves, and we're tempted to give up. But Leo's story reminds us to keep watering our seeds, keep nurturing our dreams, even when the ground looks bare. Growth is happening beneath the surface, in ways we might not yet understand. The most beautiful transformations often require the longest winters. So, the next time you feel impatient, remember the tree that never grew until it did. Trust your journey. Be patient with your own growth. The joy you seek might not be in the final bloom, but in the quiet, steady, and faithful act of tending to your own garden. Thank you so much for watching and sharing this story with me. If it resonated with you, please consider liking this video and subscribing for more stories about growth and life. Until next time, be patient and keep growing.